third video. Yeah, so now I stopped from the other one of from I was explaining how it's like a same thing with a calculator. You're putting in operations and they're giving you your intended result. Now now I stopped on the whole string thingy where I mentioned that you can also have variables that are strings. So I talked about how you can have R or C, and then you can just do R plus C, and then the Python thingy will know that, oh, okay, R is this variable and C is this variable, so this person means 2000 this plus this, right? And I said that, okay, Python also allows you to call these, to also have like put these as different other types. So I talked about strings being these letter thingies, these letters, alphabet thingies that are in these quotation marks. And I also talked about integers are these things that we've been doing, these numbers. And floats are just the same thing but with just a dot, like 200.0 or something like that. And booleans, is it booleans? I don't know, I call them booleans, uh, which is true or false. And now I stopped from how does this all fit together. So now I'm going to explain a new concept, which is if statements, right? If statements. So if statements are very important part of coding. uh, you know Actually a majority of coding is a lot of if statements, right? So um, let's okay, let me think of it from a finance perspective. So we have a sale of 2000, right? We have a sale of 2000, and we have a cost of let's say 200, right? 200, right? um, right? And then we have this variable, did we make profit? So you want to find out, if you want to create a function where every day that you create profit, it's going to show you that, hey, today we had a profit. So I'm going to call this variable did we sorry you can't you can't, by the way, I didn't mention another thing. Variables, you can't do space. So these are different, these two are different things. They always have to be together. Yeah, so let me just say, did we did we sorry make profit? Did we make profit? Oh yeah, so um yeah, so we have this variable called did we make profit, right? um and sorry, this thing is jammed. Okay, so do you make profit? I'm gonna just leave it empty, right? Let's just say no, right? So you want to find out that did we make profit today, right? So how do you know if you have profit? Well, let's say cost is what? Let's just say 1,500. So how do you know if you've made profit? So profit is whenever sales is greater than cost, right? So um, to do this, what you're going to need is the if statements, right? So this is just a comment, that thing that I started with. Let's just put this here. So an if statement, right? If statement is just basically uh, something that you set a condition, right? So what you do is, let me explain it here. Sorry. Let me just pause this. Okay. All right. So I've deleted that. So if statement is. Oh wait, let me just check one last. Oh yeah, okay. I've checked that. I just wanted to remind myself something. Yeah. So if statement basically is, what you do is you say that if. Sorry, let me get this out. Let's just use it in, right. If something happens, right, you tell the computer, then I want you to do this, right? I want you to do this, right? Is this what an if statement is, right? Else, if this doesn't happen, then I want you to do something else, right? So this go hand in hand, if and else statements, right? So what you're just doing is that if uh, let's just say, going back to the calculator, right? going back to the calculator, that if let's say the user puts, like a calculator also uses this statement, right? Surprisingly, that whenever, let's say, you put something like, let's say, 300 times minus, right? The calculator will show you an error. No, sorry. The result that the calculator gives you is an error, right? Because the calculator has this instruction inside it that tells you that, hey, whenever someone puts these two together or something like that, then I want you to display this, right? Else, otherwise, if they don't do this, if this is, let's say, a number or something like that, then run it as a calculation, right? That's what the calculator does. So the if and else statement is basically the same thing. These things go hand in hand, right? And these things require you to understand just the basic uh, inequalities in math. You know, inequalities, greater than, uh, less than, greater than, these things, right? Greater than, equal to. Um, what else do we have? I don't know if we have this in Python. Wait, let me just check here. But then we also have this thing in a lot of programming languages, like this exclamation mark, which usually means not. Uh, yeah, but I don't know if I have it. But anyways, it's not that much important. But yeah, we have this. So we have this greater than, equal to, you know, equal to, uh, and yeah. But the equal to for these particular operations is different from this equal to this one here, because this one is when you're assigning a value to a variable, right? But for this one, for these type of if statements, you use these double quotes, right? Yeah, so it's different. Sorry, I had to pause as I was doing something. Yeah, so it's different from this calculation is different from just this. Now, I know you're wondering that how do I use these in an if statement, right? So how you actually use them is that, so basically the notation for an if statement is you just write if, and then you write wait, let me just do this. um Wait, it's been kind of a while since I used Python. Oh yes, so yeah, basically you just write your statement. You write, the condition here, and then you then write the instruction, right? Instruction, instruction. So, going back to the example that I gave you, right? That you want to check every day that if you've made profit, right? You know, what you do now is that you say if, right? Oh no, no. First you see profit. You want to calculate profit. Profit will equal to will equal to I don't know if I mentioned this in the others. I don't think I mentioned these, but you can also, these variables also allow you to call other variables. So I can say profit like this is equal to sales. Sorry, sale. See, different. These are different. I can say profit is equal to sale, and if I say print profit. Oh, sorry. This is from Java. I just got so confused. If I say profit, print profit, uh, it'll whoop whoop whoop. Oh, sorry. This is a bit too much. Uh, yeah. C profit is equal to sale, and in the same way that I was doing here, that sale minus cost. Oh, it's also a capital C. Cost. If I print that, it's taking a bit time. Well, it's taking a bit of time. Yeah, so it's the same thing, right? Profit is equal to this. So this thing is about to finish. So I'm gonna stop here and then I'll continue from the next tutorial.